Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel again. My name is the Bot Player, and now we are going to review the 60 TP, the Polish heavy tank, tier 10 heavy tank from the branch of Europe. Uh, and quite lots of people say that the 60 TP will kill the E100, but for me it isn't the case. I will see with you it later. Uh, the 60 TP. It is a nice tank. I start with it. It is a nice tank in some aspects, and not some nice tank on the others. Starting with the HP, very good, a good very amount of HP, lower only by the E100 and the mouse. View range is good for being a heavy tank, and that's good. Frontal armor, as you see, it's very thick, in my opinion. Only the part let's wait, the internet that works. Let me just exit from a few things. You know. Okay, here we have it. When you're facing a tank, the armor is actually very good. As you see, 260, 170, 170 here. The lower rate is only 200. Don't bear to shoot here. And the cupola is 200 millimeters base. And the turret is practically impenetrable unless here you have a TD, like 270. You actually penetrate here. And what's the thing that makes the 60 TP strong is actually his hold down capabilities that he 100 doesn't have. Because he 100 doesn't have this strong turret that can actually use to make hold down. And try to possibly hide your tank, much possibly because you have to actually use all these gun depth to hide your biggest weak spot, in my opinion, that are those two flights here. But what makes 60 TP worse than actually He 100 is this part of the tank, the triangle here, because when you're face hugging, cannot actually try to penetrate it unless you are a smaller tank. You can actually shoot here and penetrate it. But with He 100 is a much difficult task, and with the you can actually shoot right here with the He 100. Sorry, but of course they will use the gun to possibly try to not you let destroy it. But you can't even actually do side scraping with this tank because first of all this flat round. Second of all, you can actually see that the armor right here isn't the strongest. So when you angle a little bit, even we are not angling a lot, we are angling. Consider that this is the wall, okay, and we are angling just like an E100. You can actually penetrate it here. If you angle like a little bit like this, you can actually gonna be penetrated. Not only here, not only here, but even here. So again, consider that this is the wall. This lower part is the wall. That if you're going to here, you're perpendicular to the wall. If you're going to this, you're going 20 or 40 degree. They are actually gonna penetrate you. And this is not the case with the He 100. It's much more difficult to be penetrated with the He 100 on that angle. And so the armor is good only when it's well used. Talking about the gun, actually, I will remove every this because I want to let you see the stock characteristics. DPM is very bad. DPM is very bad, but the gun itself is good. Like damage is good, very good. Lower only by VK 72 and the E 100. same as gold, same as HE, but the reload time is higher respect E100 and VK72, of course. Velocity is very bad for this tank. This tank has really slow shells and the penetration really lows a lot. So if you're going to shoot 100 meters, you have like 8.91% less penetration. The accuracy sucks on this tank, honestly. I just moved and shoot maybe on when I'm still and miss everything. But yeah, the accuracy is much better on the 100. Elevation, it's the same, but 60 TP has a much stronger turret. The speed on the 60 TP actually can be a lot higher than this value, but 42 is a still way good top speed for this tank. But you can actually put this gear oil that will let you go faster. So as you see, 42, you can actually put gear oils and 48. But I actually didn't do that. I did this one, yeah, the improved fuel, because with improved fuel you have better effective power, in my opinion. Let's see, 111.25 improved fuel, you have 12.8, so much better acceleration. And this is what the tanks are. These aren't cars, these are tanks, and you have to use a lot more acceleration respect top speed. Concealment, we don't fucking care because it's a heavy tank. And yeah, this is the armor of the 60 TP. And as you see, this is a very strong tank in armor, but it has its big weak points. With equipment, you can actually improve it. Yeah, you can actually improve this thing with equipment. You can actually try to improve your speed by, but I prefer to turn faster when there are some enemy tanks that are approaching me and you can actually cannot turn. So, but I could actually try to use the engine accelerator because it is a good thing to have a good a good acceleration in my opinion. So now I'm in Blitzstar profile and I'll grab those two tanks. Uh, 60 TP Landos Diego, Lavandos Diego, and the E100. Let's compare them stock first. As you see, the E100 has a much punchier gun, but the reload is 4% more. So you reload higher on this tank. Penetration value 100 penetrates more on HE and on Itamo, only 4 millimeters here. And with it, you have actually less DPM. With HE, of course, more because you shoot more. Okay, as I told you, the accuracy is bad on the 60 TP when you compare it with the E100. So much worse accuracy. It does the speed, of course, the 60 TP is better, but not so much. Yeah, a quarter. But considering that E100 weighs 130 tons and this one weighs 60 tons, you see that something isn't good here. Critical efficiency, yeah, it's a tier 10. As you see, hit points are very good ally to the E100. But I want to show you even something in Blitzhunger. Let's go to Blitzhunger. As I show you about the 60 TP that you can actually angle it, cannot angle it like a lot, maybe fuck people, fuck this shit. Yeah, even right here you can actually angle it and you're gonna be penetrated. Okay. Where is the 100? See the 100 right here even. It has like 260, 270, and we are the same angle considering this part of the tank. And you can actually manage more side scraping with this tank. Maybe not so much angling the turret, but side scraping much more. And considering that tanks are lower respecting He-100, you can actually try to really bounce some shells even with your turret. And yeah, as I told you, the gun, the He-100 has a much better side and rear armor. So if you want armored puncher gun, just go to E100. E100 really you have to know how to angle it, and it will bounce everything. I saw lots of videos with my E100. A 60TP will not change E100, so why just give it a try? I didn't include VK72 because VK72, in my opinion, is a much different tank than these two. But VK72 actually can be a very good challenger to these tanks because VK72, a lot of people hate it because of this weak size and yeah, gold right here. But with this tank, they don't know that you have or angle like this and hiding this weak point. So you actually go through and exit like this and hide your weak point. Yeah, 320, they actually try to struggle with gold, but you can actually do this. And let people trigger, and of course you don't have to shoot. And point over is the turret, straight to the enemy. But the best part of playing this tank is actually to hide these lower glasses, because you have to hide it and you will be okay. No one will penetrate you anymore. If you hide these lower glasses, and the upper plate is one of the strongest upper plate in the game, I think the strongest upper plate. And yeah, you have this little weak point, but not so much. So even this tank is actually not a very good tank, but a very enjoyable tank, and it has the same problem as the 60TP. But as the 60TP, you don't have actually to do set scraping in this tank. You have to just angle like this and try to wiggle as much as possible, or just to hide these lower glasses. One of the weakest cupola, but you can't actually get the cupola of the tank. And apart of this, let's jump into one of my replays that I had with the 60 TP led by Dos Diego. And yeah, of course, this is one of the replays that I made a battle to like yesterday night. So we actually fight off lots of 60 TPs here. And yeah, because it is a new tank and everyone wants to try it. And now I've decided to go to the Yamato, but it could be made a mistake because I actually could go to another part of the map that could be actually a lot more effective. But I really like always to go on this angle on this map, put pressure on this. And mediums, we didn't have actually mediums here, so it was a very bad thing. As you see, I really tried it and I failed to penetrate this dude. But now I penetrated it. And this thing is like IS4, you angle too much, you can penetrate there. You angle too less, you cannot penetrate to the wheel track. To the track wheel. So it's very strange feeling about this because you can't actually angle the armor. And as you see the weak point right there. Ah yeah, we'll talk later about even the consumables, but it's a little bit simple. Tungsten shells improves your low roll, but not your max roll. So as you see, I don't use it. I can actually be lucky and make a high roll. As you see, ammo right there, and as you see, they penetrate me and make my lower places like a lot. See lower places right here, but not penetrated. And you will see a very lucky shot here. 750 high roll like shot there. But this tank actually has a lot of strong armor even on the turrets. So I don't like when people say 60TP is the better E100. No, they are just playing differently. I actually compare the 62P to the IS-7, not to the E100, because E100 is a side scraper tank and 60TP plays much more similar as the IS-4 in my opinion, because they have much similar armor values, like strong turrets and strong hulls, but with weaknesses. As you see, my Capola, they're going through it there. But IS-4 I think is actually harder than the 60TP. But 60TP actually carries a better gun in damage, of course, not on the other values. But as you see, 60TP can actually be played, and if it's well played, it plays hard, because this turret is very strong, and this gun punch is really hard. So as you see, you can actually make very good battles with this tank.
Find us another target.
And there I wrong the shell, and I want to see if it will be killed soon, dude. The afraid 60TP that doesn't want to come here. I could actually gone here and let try to kill that dude.
Enemy is hit. The main gun is damaged.
And as you see, they are answering me because this tank has armor. Here, of course, I tried my best to best that I could, but I died. So I had other battles with lower damage, but I wanted to show you this one because if you um, don't play, I wanted to show you this one even for another reason. You don't have to play aggressive, okay? In this game is a not patient as what, but it's a patient game. You have to wait and see what the enemy does. You have to wait the enemy team make errors. So you will punch them hard with this tank, of course. With others, you have to be more aggressive. For example, with the Vickers Light, you cannot camp right in the base. And with the 100 or the mouse, you don't have to camp, of course, you have to go into the first line. But before receiving shots, you have to be much more careful, because you have to wait these enemies, see when they make an error, and bang, punch them. Don't let you be punched by the enemies, because yeah, you have hit points, but those make you for there's forgive you some errors, and those errors could be maybe made unconditionally, and maybe you gone out or lagged something and you received a hit, but if you received a hit before, you actually lose some hit points. Let me just put the legendary camo on the Titan. Very nice. Yeah, and that's it. I'm not saying that the 60. Let me go straight. I'm not saying that the 60TP. I like having this fun when I'm talking to you. I don't think that the 60TP is a bad thing, guys. I told you the 60TP has a very great turret, a nice punchy gun. It is a little bit faster than the normal, And considering that that tanks are super heavy and not heavy, it's a very great deal. But I want to make it clear that the 60TP isn't an E100 because E100 plays differently and E100 has different strength and different weaknesses. Yeah, the lower classes is similar, but E100 doesn't have cupola, doesn't have the triangle on the side, but it has a much weaker turret. But if you actually well angulate, 100 has a very great turret, in my opinion. But yeah, they have to buff it because I hate when they go through with hit. But E100 is a different tank. I'm the IS4 is much similar to the 60TP, and I expect more people playing the 60TP that will damage the IS4 respect the E100 because E100 even has this huge fan base. It is played by 70,000 of people. And E100 is actually it is because it is the first tank that people get. And it is a great thing? No, I actually prefer maybe some noober tanks, but even E100 is a great tank for beginners because you have only to learn how to angle. You don't have to learn anything else. Don't have to learn maps or something. You just have to learn how to angle. And even if you don't angle, you can actually do some huge damage because of that gun. So, E100 don't one will not be killed by 60 and if he loses fan base, maybe Wargaming will buff it and will become like what. But as you see, even on World of Tanks, E100 wasn't killed by 60 because 60 has much more polished fan base. And yeah, it is a great tank in my opinion, but the German tanks are famous, and German tanks with German armor and with German guns, as I say, because guns, the E100 is a huge gun, the 100 has a very great armor, will be played. And players will go to Tiger 1, Tiger 2 as their first tank. A lot of time is like this. But this is a minor reason why the 100 won't be played. But the 100 will be played even because it's a farm tank. It's a farm tank. It has a great armor, a great hit points pool, a great gun, the highest damage on a heavy tank. So E100 will not be stop played because E100, in my opinion, is a much different tank as is the 60P. They are both heavy tanks. They are both frontliners. But E100 is a much more frontliner respect the 60TP on because of the all armor. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.